80 pounds, Marlene Seelip. And you all know producer and contributor David Plummer. Well, last year, he made a big decision to help him lose weight, and it changed his life. Take a look.
It is June 22nd, 2012. I went to a bariatric treatment center, and I spoke with them not really knowing whether or not I would be a good candidate. And it seems to be a pretty good option for me. And I just think this is the right thing for me at this time. And my family supports me, and the hope is 6 months from now, a year from now, you'll be looking at a much smaller, healthier guy.
And you will be. Welcome the 100 pounds lighter, David Plummer.
Smokes. Can you see the chill bumps in my arm?
I
can. Do you have those when you look at those pictures? Let's sit down.
Okay. Yeah, I haven't looked at a lot of old pictures of myself, but yeah, we posted one last night on Facebook, and that was really eye-opening to me. I was like, holy cow! I guess I don't even realize that I was that big at the time. So.
How did you feel at that former weight right there?
I felt really bloated. I mean, you can tell. Like, I just look uncomfortable. Like, everything's being pushed up in my body, and so that's kind of what I look at. I look at being uncomfortable, which I was, and probably being uncomfortable mentally as well, I think. So
right. Yeah. And we look back at those pictures because we see you every day, so it's hard for us to go, wow, I can't believe that's what he looked like before. But you've talked about it. This was something that you've battled your whole life, right? Yeah. I mean, I was always a big kid. I was always, the biggest one in my class, taller, just bigger in general. And so as I got older, in high school that was okay because I played football and the coaches loved that and everything else. But then once I got into college, I was less active. I just started getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And, topped out at about 340, a little above 340, so which was way too much.
What were your eating habits like now then versus now?
Oh, well, then, I mean, it was basically whatever was in front of me, and it was mostly bad stuff. It was pizza, it was, Cheetos, it was everything bad that you're not supposed to eat, I was eating.
Right, everything that tastes good.
Yeah, basically. Yeah. And so now, the difference is now, I mean, I can only eat so much, so I'm making better choices in what I eat because I can only eat, a very little bit, about 3 ounces of food at a time.
And tell people why, though. Explain the procedure you had because you had a surgery.
Yes, I did. I had a gastric surgery. It's not the gastric bypass. It's called a vertical gastric sleeve. Dr. Gerald Cahill in Northwest Indiana, that's where I had the surgery. And essentially, it's called a vertical gastric sleeve. They basically literally remove about 90% of your stomach. So it sounds incredibly drastic. It does. But it has made such a huge improvement on my life overall because I'm not really stopped on what I can eat. Like, I can have a piece of pizza if I want, but I can only have one piece. Because then I'm full. You're completely full. Now, the goal is not to have pizza every meal. Obviously, I have to have a lot of protein. I have to eat good food to, maintain and be healthier. So.
Right. And the technology has come a long way. I mean, it's not as complicated of a procedure as it used to be. And the downtime, what were you looking at?
I mean, I was off work for 2 weeks. I was back home after 3 days. And really, I was only in the hospital a little longer because I had donated a kidney years ago. And so they just wanted to make sure my one kidney was still working functionally and that I was going to be okay. So,
right. Yeah. What has been your family's reaction? I got to ask you, too. Did your wife, Nikki, want you to have this surgery?
You know what? She supported me. She wanted me to lose weight. That was the bottom line. Okay. I had tried it so many different ways. Like you said, try the pills, you try the Weight Watchers, everything else. And, different things are going to work for different people. For me, this was the thing I think I needed to do. I couldn't do it on my own. And so this was the thing that I needed to basically say, stop eating now.
Right.
And that's what this surgery has done for me.
Yeah. The Facebook feedback about your weight loss has been incredible. That's got to make you feel good and inspire other people.
Oh, I think it does make me feel good. I'm always careful because I don't want anybody to see this and be like, all right, I'm going to go have surgery, because it's a really serious decision to make. It's a tough surgery, but I know of at least 3 people of our viewers that have since my surgery, since seeing me on, have gone to get the surgery themselves. So it is kind of cool to see people move to do something in their own life. But like I said, it's still, you got to be cautious because it's not for everyone, you know, and it's permanent. Like, it's, you know, I'm lucky. I have had successful results. Not everyone does, and it's a permanent surgery that, you know, is very serious, so people need to keep that in mind.
Well, not only did your journey inspire some of our viewers, it also inspired one of our co-workers. Take a look at director Greg Klazura's story.
All my life I've been basically overweight. When I was younger, I was a little chunky. I'm at the point now where I'm just plain old fat, or as a doctor would call it, morbidly obese. My mother passed about coming up on 3 years now. 2 days before she passed, she died of ALS. She asked me, can you please lose weight? So I really want to do it for her, as well as for myself, and as well as for my family.
Well, please say hello to Greg Klazura. Hi, Greg.
Hey, Greg. How are you?
Well, Greg was inspired also by David. And when did you make the decision to go on and have the surgery?
Well, actually, I made the decision about 3 or 4 years ago to have some type of weight loss surgery.
Yeah.
And I kind of struggled with it. I went through the tests. I was ready to have the surgery, and then I opted out.
Okay.
It wasn't the surgery that I'm having now, but something just didn't feel right for me.
Were you scared? Were you nervous?
Yes, I was nervous.
Yeah.
Of course you're nervous because, you know, something can go wrong.
Right. Are you still nervous? I mean, you're going to go ahead and do this.
I'm going to do it. Yes, I'm having the surgery, David. I'm having the sleeve with Dr. Cahill. I'm excited about it. I'm nervous, but if I don't do it, there's a bigger risk that I'm not going to be around much longer. So,
right.
Yeah.
Right.
And how much has your family supported you? How much are they looking forward to you doing this?
They're really looking forward. My family, they wanted me to have the surgery 3 years ago. My immediate family. I think my dad didn't, but I think he's come to realize that I have to do something. And once that I've made this decision, he said, once you do this, especially today, you can't turn back. You got to go and do it now. So yeah, I'm going to do it.
Right. And you were a guy though that wasn't a big guy in high school.
I wasn't huge by any means. I was a little bigger in high school. I lost a lot in college.
And how about that prom picture?
Yeah.
God, I know.
And that's now your wife.
That is my wife. That is my wife. And we've been sweethearts. I mean, she was my sweetheart since she was in high school. She still looks the same, but I kind of ballooned out a bit.
Yeah. Greg, what are you doing right now to prep for your surgery, and when are you having the surgery?
I'm having the surgery probably about 3 months from now.
Okay, but there's a series of things you have to do.
Right, there's a whole series of tests so that they make sure that you're healthy enough to have the surgery. They can't believe that I've gone this long in my life and I still have I don't have major problems, thank God.
You don't have diabetes?
I don't have diabetes. My blood pressure's been normal. I mean, I'm lucky.
Right.
But
are the doctors considering you now morbidly obese?
Oh yes, I'm morbidly obese. Definitely.
Wow.
David, what can you say to Greg, or any advice or any tips of what he's going to go through? Because you were kind of the guinea pig on the staff of this.
I was. That was the joke, because I think he was waiting to see if I survived, and then he would go ahead.
That's right. And I really want to know where my split screen is when I came out.
Exactly. I mean, the biggest piece, I mean, we've talked about this a lot, and I think the biggest piece of advice is to take it slow. Don't expect miracles, because, you know, a lot of the misconception is this is easy. This is the easy way to lose weight. It's not easy. I mean, first of all, you do have the 6 months of tests that have to be done beforehand, and then afterwards, there's a lot of pain. There's a lot of things you have to adjust to in your life. This is not, you know, this isn't a breeze to go through this thing. I mean, now I feel fantastic, but that first, you know, 3 to 4 months especially is really difficult, you know, because you're having to break every habit that you have. So
yeah. Last question: will you continue to lose weight now?
You know, I don't know. I mean, my parents and I think Nikki are happy with where I am. They don't want me to lose much more, and I feel really comfortable with where I am now. My goal now is to sort of tone and get more muscular. I want to start, you know, really lifting weights more and just, you know, try to make this a little more chiseled.
Yes. You know where the weight room is?
That's right. That's right. We'll see.
Well, Greg, this is just the beginning for you. And you know what? I'm going to miss my big teddy bear, Greg. Greg is the one who makes us all look great here on Windy City Live. But you are going to be so happy. I know. We're rooting for you.
Oh, I am.
We'll be seeing you back here in a year.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, we sure will. All right, thank you so much, guys, for sharing your stories. Coming up later, we have 2 Chicagoans whose combined weight loss, get this, is more than 320 pounds. But up next, you know her from The Biggest Loser. Wheeling native Danny Allen is in the house. We'll be right back.